Hello, my sweet friend. It's Christina, and welcome to a new episode of the Art Cake Coach podcast. Hello, my sweet friend. I am Christina Revalo, cake decorator, coach, and teacher, and I am here to empower my fellow cake artists to be creative and to work together as a tight cake community by providing information and opportunities for all, regardless of their level of expertise and knowledge. If you are a cake artist, cake decorator, baker, or cake enthusiast and want to be coached for success, this podcast is for you. Let me help you set achievable goals, understand that managing your time, having a positive mindset, understanding your customer, selling, using social media for your cake business, and knowing how to teach your craft are all as important as flour, sugar, and eggs. Let me share with you what has worked for me, all from a very personal and down-to-earth perspective. I want for you to put your name out there, not to be stressed with time and working hours, and to participate in cake collaborations and competitions, so one day you will be that cake artist featured in a cake magazine or teaching at international events, just like me. Welcome to the Art Cake Coach podcast. Well, hello, my sweet friends. Welcome to another episode of the Art Cake Coach podcast. Christina here. Today, I'm bringing to you a very, very special episode with the two lovely ladies, Sammie and Bronya, from the Business of Cake Making podcast, a podcast that I particularly follow because, yes, we listen to other cakes podcasts and to other cakers podcasts, and they have a very good, very entertaining, very full of important tips for the community. I was trying to look for the adjective of that podcast. Sammie and Bronya are so sweet. What a sweet ladies, and I loved having them both here in today's episode. We share a lot about collaborating with each other because both of us have podcasts, and it's just to show you guys that we can work together. Even though we do the same thing, we can work together, we can learn from each other, we can help each other. We talk about community, we talk about social media, we talk about many things. So I just recommend you to listen to today's interview conversation. I like to call it more a conversation than an interview with the lovely ladies, Sammie and Bronya, and to go check out their podcast, The Business of Cake Baking. You can find it in any of your favorite platforms. I listen to them on Spotify. And just before, because this is an interview, a conversation, we're not going to have sponsors in the middle of the episode. So today, I want to thank Mayatina for sponsoring today's episode. Mayatina is a flexible paste for sugar, flours, and modeling. And I will be leaving all the links here in today's episode. Thank you so much, Mayatina. Thank you so much, Sammie and Bronya, for saying yes and just being part of today's episode. And I really hope that you enjoy today's conversation. Hello.
Hello.
Looking at the numbers in the screen. Hello, my sweet friends. How are you today? Christina here. Welcome to another episode of the Art Cake Coach podcast. Today, I have two very special guests who also have a podcast, which I'm so happy that I discovered. First, because it's a great podcast to listen to. And second, because I know that it's not just me doing podcasts. This is amazing. Bronya and Sammie, how are you today?
I'm good, thank you.
Excellent, thank you very much. Yes.
For having us.
Yes. It's weird to be on this side.
Yeah,
really weird.
It is.
Yeah, I love that you said yes. I love that you were like open since the beginning, like yes, let's do it. And it's great because my idea is to show as a community how supportive we can be of each other.
Yeah,
that's right. It's like being a team, and we can recommend you, and you can recommend us, and everybody likes something.
And we all work away in our little kitchens on our own and don't talk to a soul. So it's just nice to know that there are other humans out there doing the same as us.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The same me. Like I said before, I'm here. It's just me, the computer, and the wall, and the dog eventually. So it's like, okay, great. There's other people doing the same. It's so good. It's a sense of community, that sense of we're doing, more or less the same, and supporting each other, and there's room for
definitely.
I always say that. Yeah.
There's always room for more people in a community. Because
I've made some really good friends in my cake world.
Yeah, it's not about competition. It's about being all part of it together, because we're all different and we've all got something different to offer. So
absolutely,
that's why we're here.
100% agree, and that's what this is all about. Definitely, is to show that this is what should be. It is in a big step, but of course there are people who's not that, But anyway,
not everyone's the same.
No,
I'm trying not to say much.
I know what you mean, though.
I know what I mean. So I love to work together, to collaborate, and to do things together. So Bronya and Sammie are also podcasters. Tell us a bit about your podcast.
Who's going first?
You go first.
Okay, so we have the Business of Cake Making podcast, which was a spark of an idea, because Sammie and I used to work with one another, and she used to work in my shop, and then I sold my shop and I moved away, and so it was like a little spark of an idea. It was like, how can we stay in touch? How can we keep things going? But also, I just wanted to try something a little bit different. So I said to Sammie, fancy doing a podcast? And I'd spoken to a few other people that were doing podcasts. And I was like, what can we talk about to do with cake? So then we started talking about, the business, and and it started on a shall we do it? Sammie hoped I would forget.
I did. I really hoped that Bronya would forget. I really didn't want to do it. I used to get such massive anxiety at the beginning of every episode. Some episodes I barely spoke. And I was like, oh, when is she going to stop it? But as time's gone on, I love it. I love the podcast. I love speaking to all these different people. We speak to people from all walks of life who are doing all sorts of different things in cake business, or how to do the social media side, which I'm rubbish at. It's your turn, Bronya.
It's in essence, it's us two women who have worked together, who make cakes, who both run cake businesses, chatting about our experiences. We've been doing it a long time, and if we can do anything to help other people out there by not making the mistakes that we've made,
because we're not afraid to talk about things that have gone wrong.
We talk about cakes that have fallen down, cakes that have fallen over, all that sort of stuff.
We've all been there in that situation, and I think that's great. And if you haven't had any chance to listen to the podcast, I will be leaving the links here in the description of this episode, so you can check it out. And it's very down to earth. You feel like you're there having coffee with you guys. It's like a conversation between friends. What you say is you really relate to what you're saying. I just listened to the episode on goal setting, because we're going through goal setting as well here in the podcast. And I was listening to both of you and like, we set our goals, everything that you said, and then sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. And it's the truth. It's what happens, and that shows. And I think for me it's the same. I really want people to see the other side. Is like, there are good things, there are bad things. This happen, and hopefully they don't make the same mistakes and they have an easier path.
Or if it happens to them, that it's not the end of the world.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Which is awful.
Yeah, because a lot of what people see, and a lot of how people learn online is social media, and it's all kind of rose tinted. And on social media, you've got like a reel that's like a minute long, and you have to show your best in that minute. So it's nice to just be able to chat through, most of our episodes are about an hour long, And in that hour, we just chat through and and we're
And we
very honest.
And we do a product of the week as well, which is very good.
Yeah, Sammie sings.
Yes, a lot.
Yeah, that's good. I won't. No, not maybe. I won't sing for sure. But yeah, I mean, it's funny that that you mentioned that. I lost my thought. I was listening to you guys. I was going to ask something, and then I lost.
We do that all the time. No, that sounds like us.
Yeah. We forget names, and we'll spend ages going, "Oh my god, who is that
when I'm
person?"
alone, I have like a note. I have like a script and everything.
Yeah.
But right now, I was just distracted listening to you. I was like, I was going to say something interesting. Now I don't know what I was going to say. So, let's recap.
Relatable. Totally relatable.
Yeah, right? Let's recap. How long have you been doing the podcast?
Since 2020.
Yeah, it'll be 4 years this March. So we started our first 2 episodes, we recorded face to face.
Okay.
And then ever since then, COVID hit, we have done it sort of like, I mean, we've done others since, but yeah, so it was our first 2 episodes went out just before lockdown, and and everything else has been online. It was a big learning curve, technical stuff and
but I think having COVID actually helped us in a way, because it meant we got to interview so many more people who maybe we wouldn't have been able to as a really small tiny podcast. They'd never heard of us, but they were all at home, they were doing nothing. Paul Bradford and I can't think of anybody else off the top of my head. Indulgent Plum.
Indulgent Sugar Plum, Hannah the Cake Illusionist. They were some of our first.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Yeah. It's funny how the pandemic was I mean, I'm not going to say I'm grateful for the pandemic, but that was like a blessing in disguise, because it gave us time to slow down and to do other stuff. For you guys, was the podcast.
I think
it was Cake Friends Stay Creative, was the community, the group. That wouldn't have happened if I didn't stop at that moment. So
I mean, with the podcast for us, I don't think we would have found the time. We wouldn't have made the time to do it, because we'd gone, no, we're both too busy, and Sammie's hope of me forgetting it would have happened. But because we were both sat around going, we've got no cakes to make, we might as well chat to one another. That's what we did.
And you just recorded it. That's it.
Exactly.
We'll be chatting with each other anyways. We might as well just record it.
Yeah, just record it.
That's great. And how many episodes do you release? Like once a month, every week?
So we have weekly. So we have a bit of a strange thing, because we found that weekly was too much, and we found that monthly wasn't enough. So we do 6 weekly episodes and have 2 weeks off. So it's like an 8-week cycle. So we do 6, 2 weeks off, do 6, 2 weeks off.
And that really suits us well, doesn't it? I quite like that, because I love doing the podcast, but then you spend so much time researching, because I like to do a deep research on the person we're interviewing, or our subject most of the time. And it just gives you a breather. So then you come back almost like you've had a holiday, and you can be like, back again.
But you stay in love with it, don't you? You don't sort of like feel burnt out by it, and out of like you keep in love with it, which is good.
That's good. That's good. That's a good rhythm. It's great, because usually when I talk in the episodes about managing your time and organizing everything, people think that you have to follow a specific plan that is the same for everybody. It's like a template. There's a world of templates. Everything is a template that you should follow. And I always said, just find your own rhythm. And it's great that you found that, and that works for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's unusual, but it works. And what's quite nice is we do then get messages to say that people are missing us.
Yeah,
which makes us feel nice. That warm, fuzzy feeling.
That's lovely. Make them want for more. That's great. That's great. Now, Sammie, you mentioned that at the beginning you were hoping that Bronya will forget about recording the podcast, but you overcame that. What made you change And what made you fall in
I
love with the podcast?
I think the fact that you get into a routine, you do it, you start facing your fears,
Mm.
you start facing the fact that you're talking to somebody who you think's a star, and they're just a person like me or you,
Yeah.
and I have learned that if I don't research the person, I stumble and fall. So it's made me, because my life is quite upside down, very busy, in and out. It's made me actually spend time and work hard on this. So I've fallen in love with it, I
That's
guess. So and the opportunities that we've had as well,
Yeah.
right from the very start, I think. Yeah, it's well worth it, definitely. The Cake and Bake Show, the Cake International last year, and lots of other things, aren't there, Bronya?
Yeah, I mean, we've sort of like visited people's. We went down to Rob the cake,
Man.
Rob Baker.
Oh,
See, we're rubbish with names.
yeah.
Rob Baker Gill. We
There
went to
you
his
go.
cake.
Yeah.
Went to his cake studio. Yeah, and we've spoken to people. I mean, we've had some episodes where we've talked to people that you kind of email them and you think, yeah, they're never going to talk to us.
Oh,
Yeah.
And the next minute you're speaking to Benny Rivera that's on the Disney Channel,
Yeah.
and you're like,
Oh,
okay,
that's
we'll
so
talk to him then.
good.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah. And it's really boosted my confidence as well, because I've done so much more than I would ever have done before.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Like
Yeah.
you stood on a stage last year at the Cake and Bake
Yes.
Show, and we made, we stood on a demonstration stage at the Cake and Bake Show,
Oh,
which
that's
Yeah.
awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome. We're gonna talk about that experience, and you also recorded on the show, right? You recorded the episode there.
yes,
I saw something
yes,
like that on your
Yes.
Instagram as well.
Yeah.
I would love to do that one day. Maybe one day we'll do this. Tell me something, because you mentioned interviewing. First of all, researching about the people that you're going to interview, getting to know them, and you also mentioned that you feel like, oh, this is a big cake star, and they're not even going to reply to my email. I sometimes wonder why they reply to me as well. It's like, do they even know I exist? Yeah, it's crazy. And in this cake world, this cake industry, this cake community, sometimes we put some people like up there in a
Yeah.
pedestal, like, they're big deal. And then when you approach them, they're so down to earth.
Yeah,
Just
definitely.
another person that probably started baking like we did.
Yeah,
Because when you're a
yeah. The
teenager,
majority of people.
somebody wanted a cake.
Yeah, Emily Hankins is
Yeah.
a
She's
prime
so
example.
Oh,
She's
Emily-
just so
I just love
adorable.
Emily. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's so sweet, so approachable.
Yes.
Yeah. And then, we met at the first Cake and Bake Show that we did. I remember we interviewed Cherish Finden, which we were both terrified of her, because we've both seen her on the telly. We're
Yeah.
absolutely terrified of her.
Oof.
And I remember I was sat at the table, and next minute I saw Sammie walking towards me with Cherish Finden next to her.
Oh my God,
And Sammie was
yes.
like, oh my God, look who it is. She was just so lovely. But that's
Yeah.
because we have this image of her on the telly that she's this fierce lady.
Yeah.
She was adorable. And then, but I remember Sammie saying to me afterwards, she went, I can't believe I went and spoke to her and said hello.
Yeah, I know. It happened to be on Cake International, and you're there, and just like people say hi to you, and you come and say like, I like your cakes. Like, yeah, I know who you are. So, do you know me? or some. There was this lady that just came to me. I love your podcast. I listen to you every Tuesday. I joked to her. It's like, oh, that's you. She just laughed. But it's a great feeling, and it's that feeling that bring us closer. Like, okay,
Yeah.
we're just the same, You're just
That's the thing. We're all the same human beings. We all just happen to be in the same industry.
Yeah.
And people, everyone's working hard. From Cherish Finden to Eric Landlard, all the way down to our listeners. We're all working really hard for the same goal, and that's to bring amazing cakes to people and earn a living out of it.
And we all go through the same, like you mentioned before, when we share things and they tell you, yeah, I feel like that too, or I've been there too. The doubt, the imposter syndrome, that I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I don't know how to price my cakes. we all went or been going
Yes.
through that at some point.
I still go through it all the time. There are still things, even so with the podcast, because obviously with cakes, I've been doing that for like 15 odd years now.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like old hand, but the podcast to me is still really new.
Yeah.
And there's sometimes where I think it is imposter syndrome. It's like, well, who am I to be doing this? Who on earth am I to be bringing a podcast out to cake makers? I'm just a little home baker now, but I'm the same as all of them, and just the only one that turned the microphone on.
That's it. That's
got Sammie involved.
Just happen to have a microphone.
Yeah.
That's it. And you're not gonna, I mean, when you call these people, when you email them and they answer you back, I mean, you're knocking on that door. And what happened? I guess no expectation, but just grateful if they say yes. If they say no, we'll move on, and that's it.
Right? I don't think if anyone said no. I don't think we've ever really been ghosted. It's just finding a way of, so sometimes you would email someone and you don't hear back. Mm-hmm. And then you would message them on Facebook or Instagram instead, and then you would hear back. Yeah. So I don't think there's anyone that's completely ignored us, and there's definitely no one that's ever said no to us.
I think as well, people who've never been on a podcast before, they feel the same way. They're like, oh no, we've been asked to go onto a podcast. Yeah. Oh my god, what am I going to say? Are you going to video it? How I hate my voice. Things you get questions, things like that said to you.
Yeah.
But it's great. It's just great to have another window to showcase to what we do and to help the community, right?
Yeah.
From all of the people that you have interviewed so far, which one was your favorite? If you had,
I knew you were going to ask that. I've been thinking about that all day.
Oh my god, there's so many.
Let's change it to somebody that you remember specially for something.
Well, I always, when I get asked this question, I always say Paul Bradford. That first interview where I was like, oh my god. But we're like the guy from the Disney Channel that we were just talking about, Benny Rivera.
Yeah,
I mean that one was blew my mind as well.
Yeah.
And I also think, we had Cassie Brown a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, she was so lovely.
And that's the thing is that, and she herself is kind of like, well, I'm just another person. Why would you want to talk to me? And I think that's what's so lovely is when, like you say, we've put them on a pedestal and they're kind of a bit like, this is just what I do. This is just who I am.
Yeah.
My personal favourites have been the people that we've interviewed face to face, but I think that's the experience of interviewing them face to face. So Rob Baker Gill down at his cake show, and then going around Cake International and Cake and Bake Show. I think, that's the experience of it rather than favourite people.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's anyone that I haven't enjoyed.
No, they're all pretty amazing. Cherish Finden.
Yeah, Cherish.
Rosemary
Eric
Schreiger.
Yes, she's a formidable lady, isn't she?
Yeah.
And then we've had sort of like some of the Bake Off people. So many. I do remember Robert Haynes. That was quite hysterical.
Yes,
because he's just a really funny guy. Not intentionally funny, but just because we couldn't get him linked up, and I had to do a FaceTime, and I was showing him things on my screen.
So the other podcast, I don't know if you've heard of it, the Sugarcraft Junkies.
Yeah. Yet another podcast.
They're one of the ladies is called Sam. And they were also speaking to him. So he got confused because they were one after the other. And he thought the first one was me and the second one was me as well. And he was like, but we've already recorded. So it was all very confusing.
They nearly didn't get their interview because he thought he'd already done it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, really?
Yes.
Oh God.
But he was lovely. He was I think the thing about the cake community is they're so giving. People are so giving with their advice, and and everyone wants people to learn. We had Miriam Pearson, the winner of Bake International.
I had her last year. I think she was the first guest I had in the.
Really? Yeah. Oh, you had a good first guest. Yeah. And so giving.
She was, because she gave us I mean, she explained everything that you had to do to be on Cake International.
Yeah.
The way
Yes.
she organized everything, and I took her advice because it was the first year I was going to go compete on Cake International. I took all her advices, and it went well.
Yeah, no, she's such a. We've had her on twice, actually. We've had her on twice, and the other one that we were slightly scared about was Melanie Underwood and David
Oh,
Close
gosh,
Oh my
yes.
of
God,
Cake
I
International.
know.
Mindlily terrified, so lovely,
Yeah.
so lovely.
Yeah.
And because David started by emailing us to. He said that he'd listened to one of our episodes and he had all these mistakes that he'd found in the episode. So that got us a little bit scared to start with. But then when we were chatting, he just wants people to do well. And it's
Yeah.
like, and yeah, I think that's what our community is all about. It's just,
Definitely. Yeah. I had Melanie on the podcast this at the beginning of the end of last year, but the episode aired this month. I was terrifying too. I was like, oh my God,
she's not a scary lady, but she is.
No. Exactly. It's like she's not. Once you get to talk to her, she's very down to earth. She will tell you everything. It was actually very easygoing, very funny. But
Yeah.
before is like, and I would tell my husband, like, you have no idea who this lady is. Really?
Yeah.
And he would look at me like, no, I don't. It's like, yeah. He's like, I mean, she organizes Cake International.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have no idea. David couldn't be in the podcast that with Melanie because he was away. I think he was in Italy at that time. But then he messaged like we should do it another day. Now I'm more terrified because it's going to be just him.
Oh, he's lovely. Don't be scared
yeah,
of him. He's so lovely.
Yeah.
We were scared. He's not scary.
No.
I think it was last year. I was doing a live demo in the group, and he just jumped and say hello on the chat. I got so nervous. I was like, what am I doing? Judge of Cake International is looking at my live demo. This is rubbish. What am I doing? But
no, he's a lovely guy. And again, he just wants people to do well at Cake International, and that's
definitely. I loved the episode with them. I listened to the episode with them, the ones that you had, because I didn't want to ask the same things to Melanie. So I was like, I'm not going to ask the same questions. And I listened to the episode, and it was lovely. I mean, he gave so much information. That he really wanted to help people to do well. Definitely.
I'm actually meeting up with my one of my cake friends in a week or so to start planning for our Cake International piece.
Oh,
I'm so impressed.
And I might listen to it again. Actually, and take notes. I should listen to yours as well.
Yeah, do both.
Miriam's one because she's really good also at the planning and the before.
Yeah.
It's great. So you're participating on Cake International this year.
Yes.
Big one, big piece.
Pardon?
It's going to be a big piece.
I don't know yet.
Oh. I want to go, but I'm not sure yet. I don't know. I'll decide.
Oh, you should. You should.
Yeah.
It's the one in the diary, isn't it? The thing is, I mean, because the schedule's not out yet. It's just like you can't know. There's going to be wedding cakes and there's going to be structured cakes, but you can't always completely sort it out yet. But,
yeah, definitely. Yeah.
But I wouldn't.
I went last year. The year before, I said I'm going to give it a break for 1 year. Because I wanted to go to other shows, but then Melanie in the podcast said this is the 30th anniversary, and it's going to be a big deal. I was like, oh, okay, I have to go now. I'll probably. And if you girls are going, we should meet over there.
Yes, definitely. That would be so lovely.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. How long have you been in this cake business?
Me, about 15 years.
Okay.
I started off at home, like most people do. I then had this mad idea of let's open a shop. So I opened a shop.
Okay.
And I advertised, and Sammie walked through the door with her CV, and I employed Sammie as part of my staff, and then she became my head baker.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many years ago that was now.
That was 2013.
Was it? Yeah. So I've been making cakes for like 15 odd years. But yeah, it's Yeah.
That's how
A
you two
while.
in the working together.
Yeah.
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 And
we've
you, Sammie, you started with Bronya, or were you baking before that?
I was baking before that, but I'd never done it professionally. I just, did it for friends and family. And then I made my sister's wedding cake whilst working full time. And she had 5 tiers covered in royal icing.
Oh,
And it nearly killed me. I was up till stupid o'clock every night. And it was at that point I went, right, I've got to get a job in a bakery. And
okay.
they're so hard to find.
Yeah.
They're few
Yeah.
and far between. And I saw Bronya's advert, and that was it. I went for it.
Well, thank goodness that you saw that ad and that you start working together, because look how
Yeah.
Yeah.
far you have come and how much you have accomplished until today, right?
And I mean, to be honest, I used to the shop, when we had the shop, it wouldn't have been the same without Sammie, because I think we're very we do bounce off each other quite well.
Yeah.
But there's also little things like we always had the radio on. And I was saying to Sammie the other day, I said, I don't dance like I used to at the shop, because we were always dancing. We were
Yeah.
always singing. There was always something going on. And we had my little cousin that used to work there as well. And yeah, it was just, we had such a laugh, didn't we? We had
Yeah,
such a good time.
loved
I mean,
it.
I'm not saying there wasn't stress, because in cake making there's always stress, but we did have a lovely, lovely time working together.
Of course.
Yeah, a lot of laughter and a lot of songs.
Oh, and that definitely, that's great. And that definitely balanced the stress and
Yeah.
the hardship that comes with running a business, and especially a cake business. Sometimes when people embark in this business, they really have no clue. And
No.
it's great that
I
you
didn't.
share that. Because
Yeah, I mean, I didn't.
none of us
I had run a home business, but suddenly I was in a shop, and it was my own shop. And I'd worked in retail, and I'd worked in manufacturing and done all that outside cakes, but this is suddenly your own business.
Yeah.
And I had no clue, not a clue what I was doing.
Yeah.
But we got through it. We didn't die.
You did.
It's just cake, as we always said. When something was going really badly wrong, it's just a cake.
Yeah.
It's like our
You
mantra.
get so immersed in this product
Mhm.
that you cannot step away from it and see, yeah, it's beautiful. You can only see its faults, and you become just so immersed in that. Oh my
We are
God.
our hardest critics.
Oh,
Right?
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
That's one thing I really miss, actually, is having another set of eyes on a cake.
Yeah.
Because that was what we could say, that's what we could do for one another, that someone was working on a cake and they'd be like, yeah, but look at that little thing there. It's like, yeah, just step back a little bit and see it how we're seeing it.
Yeah.
And you don't get that working on your home or working on your own at home.
No. And we do need it. Right now in the episode, in the podcast and in the groups, we're working with goal setting. And one of the things that I always mention is to have that accountability partner, that somebody will tell you either it's okay, you're doing fine, or push you a little bit,
Yeah.
And even for baking our cakes, we need that. We need that.
Yeah.
I do have my friends online, and I just message them, and we do WhatsApp, FaceTime, or whatever. It's like, look what I'm doing. It's like, and I have 2 good friends. One of them is really nice, like, yeah, it's fine. You're doing good. Don't worry. And the other one is like,
Perfect balance. That's it. Yeah. Is it message 1 when you don't want them to say it's horrible, or
when I'm feeling low, I'll message the other.
Yeah.
Tell me that it's okay. Yeah, but it's important. It's important. In the last episode I listened to, but it's not your last episode. You started the year, right? Was the beginning of the year with the goal setting, right?
Yes.
We
actually did that this year. Last year we waited till February because we were scared of it, but this year we actually went straight in January and did goal setting.
I'm scared of it.
I think I had COVID as well, so I wasn't very well. So it kind of trundled on, and then we went, should we do the goal setting one? And we got round to doing it in the end.
Yeah. But it was great. I listened to the episode. Like I said, it was very down to earth, and we're talking about that as well here in the podcast. What has worked for you setting your goals? and what hasn't worked for you?
I find the goal setting, I find okay. I find the goal setting okay now. I think doing the podcast for 4 years, when we've researched how to set goals, and that they should be the SMART goals, and you should be able to measure them, and they should be attainable, and learning all of that, I now find the actual goal setting okay, and then breaking it down into like little sort of like achievable pieces. The thing that I find really hard is actually then getting on and doing it. That's my problem, is that I'd set all these goals and I'm like, yeah, they look amazing, and then I wait for someone else to come in and do it for me.
Okay.
So actually getting off of my own backside and doing those goals.
Yeah.
And when you do that and you achieve them, it's such a great feeling. But yeah,
I think though as well, we all have the problem where we go, right, I want to do this year, and we only see it as the whole, where we should break it down and do it individually, a little bit incrementally here and a little bit there, because I find if I do it as one big whole, I just don't do it.
Doesn't happen.
Whereas I've set myself a goal, and if I break it down, I can do it so much easier.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
You have to break it down into those little baby steps, everyday tasks. They're going to get you closer to that. Thank you for sharing that. If my listeners are listening, see, it's not just me, the one who says that. It's actually it's work. You have to do the little thing. Otherwise, you're not going to get the goals.
I mean, one of the prime examples, because I jumped in sort of like second lockdown or something, said, I'm going to write a book. And it sounded like a really good idea. And then it came down to I actually had to do it because I did a crowdfunder. And then I'm like, oh, I've actually got to write this book now. And it just seemed a huge task. It seemed massive. But then when I broke it down into like certain things like, right, let's do the recipes, let's do the proof setting, let's do the photography. And it's all the little bits.
Yes.
I got it done.
Yeah.
But I procrastinated about that for months and months and months. And I kept saying, I've got to get that done. I've got to get that done. And actually doing the little bits to build up to the whole. Yeah, I actually eventually got there.
That's how you get it. Well, Bronya got a little bit ahead of what I was going to ask. That's okay. I was actually going to ask you about your book, but see, that's how you achieve it. So tell us about your book. Tell us what it's about. I mean, where can we find it? Everything.
So it is a recipe book. It's a cookbook. So it's a baking recipe book. And I wanted to make recipes that any home baker can make, but any business, because when you're baking for business, you need reliable recipes that you know aren't going to fail, that you know you don't want to be remaking these. You don't want to be doing them multiple times, because it's just a waste of your time. It's a waste of money. But also, let's get out of the chocolate and vanilla, thought. So that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to write a book with recipes that a business baker could use. And so that's what it is. I self-published. I did a crowdfunder. So I got the money from a crowdfunder to actually print it. And I self-published it, and they're all sat in my garage. They're not all of them. Some of them are sat in my garage. And it can be bought on our website. So we are daisycakeandco.com, and it can be bought on our website. It's either an ebook or a physical book. And I think it's got something like 50 recipes.
And it's actually really good.
Not because Sammie is her friend. It's actually
Thanks,
really
mate.
good.
It actually is, yeah.
I love it, Sammie. I love it. They're supporting your friend.
Yeah, cheers, mate.
Yeah. Well, yeah, of course it must be good. And I'm going to get one because I want to try. I love trying recipes, and I love trying different things.
And sometimes when you do a new recipe, say you go on the internet, you just never know whether they've actually tested it. You might read comments and they'll say, oh, we tweaked this and we ticked this. I know with Bronya's, bish, bash, bosh, it's done.
It's done. It's 100% sure that it's going to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the pressure.
Bronya's nervous, like, oh my God.
I am.
No, this doesn't work, and somebody's going to yell at me. No, I'm sure they do. But it's true. Sometimes you find recipes online that look the picture looks perfect, but you don't
Yeah.
know.
And
Especially
because
if it's something that you've never done before, like a certain style of vegan cake, or using a type of oil, or there's always a new cake out there to try.
See, I do a lot of blogging as well, and I'm not in a lot of blogging groups, and I know that people buy stock photos and then write a recipe. So sometimes when you go online and you find a recipe, maybe the photo isn't actually the recipe. And that always makes me nervous. So with mine, you can rest assured that every single photo in there is from the recipe that I have made and photographed.
Okay. There you go. There you go. I didn't know that. People do that.
Yeah. So not everyone. I mean, obviously that some of the big bloggers don't, but there are bloggers out there that will buy stock photos.
Well, I mean, it's crazy the things that you, going a little bit off topic, it's crazy the things that you learn in this world of cake decoration that people do or don't do. And you're like, what?
Yeah,
For me,
I
that
know.
happened. I mean, thank goodness, like I always, my community is very nice, pink, fluffy unicorns. Everybody's happy and lovely and everybody loves each other, which is great. And for me, all the stories that you hear of stealing pictures, hate, or I don't know, backlash in comments and stuff. For me, that's like alien.
Why?
Never happened to me. Thank goodness. Knock on wood. It wouldn't happen. But it's crazy because it does happen. And it's
so unnecessary. Just do the work and you'll be fine. You know?
Yeah. Because when you walk more into the community, when you're immersed in the community, you realize that everybody's nice. We're all in this together. It's the same. I mean, we all started pretty much from our kitchens because somebody wanted a cake. I mean, you were brave, Sammie. A wedding cake for your sister.
Yes, I know. It was very good though.
It was. I've seen pictures.
But the Mr. and Mrs. on the top, they're hilarious. They've still got them. They're hilarious. They just look like lots of sausages stuck together.
I mean, doesn't it happen to you? Because, Bronya, you said you started 15 years ago. Sammie, more or less?
Professionally 2013. But my daughter was born in 97. So that's when I can actually say around that time I started baking
and decorating cakes.
Yeah.
For me, this year is going to be 17. I think.
Wow.
17
Wow.
years. And it's crazy. I don't know if it happens to you when you look back at the cakes that you made. 16, 17 years. God.
Do you know what? It's the same with podcast episodes, though. I look back on podcast episodes and go, "Oh no, really?"
Yeah,
I know.
We all have to learn, though.
I have a question, podcasters to podcasters, because sometimes you just know, you feel, and like I said, this podcast is like my confessionary, and I'm very open, very honest with the things that work and the things that don't work. But don't you feel sometimes when you finish an episode that this is like, this is just feeling. It's like, okay, it's just to put it out there. It's just not do anything. And then there are other podcasts that it up and you're like, oh, this is so good. Like you were in the zone, and this is really, I mean, does it happen to you?
Yes. Yes. Yeah, and sometimes you're like, oh my God, I want this person to be my best friend forever. I love them. Yeah, I know what you mean.
And then there are some that there are some that you record and you almost drift off into a daydream while you're recording them.
Yeah.
And that's when you sort of think, because I edit all of our podcasts, and sometimes I go back and as I'm editing them, I'm like, this is actually really good. I really enjoy listening to this.
Yes.
I do that too. And I listen and I'm like, I could listen to this.
And then sometimes I find myself laughing at my own jokes and her jokes in the same pod. And it's like,
I've already laughed at them.
Oh, that's so good. That's great. Because I thought, Christine, you're so self-centered. I mean, you record the episode, then you listen to the episode.
You listen to it.
The episode. But I do.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, good. And of course, I'm very critical too, and the things are why did you say that? Or my voice is so pitchy at that point. It's like whatever. What else are you gonna do? It's recorded already. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, it's already done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great. Okay, that was a little parenthesis in our conversation. Plans for the podcast, for your cake decorating career. What's coming next for both of you?
Gosh. Go on, Sammie.
Well, we're planning on being at Cake International and the Cake and Bake Show again this year, but TBC on that. But I think we've got into this really good routine where we're kind of planning 2 or 3 months ahead and doing it that way. So I know we've got some interesting people that we're going to be talking to. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Shall I name check a couple that I know of?
Yes.
We've got Natalie Stanton, who is a food safety expert.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, so we've got her soon. And we've also got Lisa Marley, who we've met at the Cake and Bake Show a couple of times. And she is a plant-based baker and cook. And she's just recorded a big TV show for Amazon Prime. Wow. So we've definitely got both of those two coming up in our next 6, sort of like a bunch of 6.
That's so good. That's so good. And it's great because it's like 2 different perspectives. Business, right?
Yeah.
It's great.
And then Sammie's got a big trip coming up at the end of the or mid-year. Oh, yes. So she's going off.
The French tour. I keep calling it.
It's not the Tour de France. It's not the same thing.
No. But, so I'd already planned to go and see. I've got lots of family over there and friends, and my sister will be over there in October. So I'm going to go on a tour of France. But I'm going to be speaking to cake people along the way. And I've been speaking to people. Somebody from Belgium actually has contacted me, but TBC on that.
Okay. Still in the planning.
So and I want to see it from a different country's point of view, get their tips and their ideas. So you have to wait and see, or watch this space.
Yes.
Sure. So you're going to go on the road for how long?
It's just under a month.
Okay.
And and Bronya's going to be, I don't want to do it on my own. So Bronya will be online like we are now.
Okay.
But so she'll be part of it as well.
Doing the
Unless you want to join me, Bronya.
I would love to.
You should go. I mean, for a weekend.
Come with me. It'll be amazing.
There you go. You can record that, and that could be the pilot for a Netflix show. Why not?
Yes.
Yes.
Bring it on.
On the road. There you go. And tell me something. What are the logistics of equipment and things that you have to take with you on the trip to record the episode?
Nothing really. As long as I've got a microphone and some headphones and my laptop and the internet.
It's the internet that's the problem, isn't it? Yeah.
So I think I'll be all right. And my trusty book with my notes in it.
But I mean, also when we've done so when we did Cake International and the Cake and Bake Show, we went round to people and interviewed them, to going around to people, and we've got like a little microphone. So it's like a little Zoom microphone, it's called, and it saves everything to a little HD drive, a little SD card. So, and it's really light, and there's nothing fussy about it. You just shove it in someone's face, really. So maybe Sammie will take that with her as well to see.
That's awesome. You guys are giving me ideas now.
See, podcasting, it's you literally do need a microphone and a computer.
Yeah.
You don't need very much more.
You don't,
and the internet.
Yeah. You don't necessarily need headphones either.
No.
Well, you're not looking, because I'm not recording video right now, but I'm not wearing headphones
Yeah.
right now. So actually you don't. A good microphone,
Yeah.
good connection, and you're good to go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Exactly.
definitely.
Exactly.
Definitely. Oh, that's
And
great. Did you know all of these little details before you started the podcast about how to
No.
record a podcast?
no,
Not a clue.
Who did the research? Was it Sammie? Was it Bronya?
it was
Both.
Bronya. Bronya. It
Well,
was
my husband does sound engineering. So he's been a
Oh,
musician in the past and he does sound engineering. And so if I have so we bought Sammie won't know this and it'll go completely over her head. But we bought a new plugin the other day for the editing software because my
okay.
husband sent me this link and he went, I'm really excited. You need this. It's going to make your voices sound really good. So we bought a new plugin from Isotope. I have no idea what he does. He told me to use it. I use it.
That's so good to have
Yeah.
somebody that will help you on that. Yeah.
Yeah, and when we went to the first Cake and Bake show, we did 3 days there. And one day we had a mishap with the microphone, that one of the microphones wasn't plugged in. So we had to pick up the audio from one of the other mics and we had to try and cut out the background sound. Well, would be useless, but thankfully I said to him, husband, and he sorts it out and he does it all. And so, because he does like a lot of digital remastering and things like that. So he knows what he's doing. So, yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's
It's who you know, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, that's great. But no, my husband is supportive.
Good. That's all you need.
He's very supportive.
that's all you need. Yeah.
It is what you need.
He doesn't.
So few husbands are, or I hear that a lot of husbands aren't, and I feel sad about that. You know,
It's true. It's true. Now, my family, I have to be honest, my family, poor things. I mean, they really put up with me with all my kids. It's like, now I'm going to do a podcast. Like right now, I told my kids, and even the dog is like, shush. Go to the other.
but then on the other hand, you put up with them. You know, it's all give and
Yeah.
take, isn't it?
Yeah. And with the traveling for the cake things, I mean, they're like, yeah, just go. Have fun. Do it. It's okay. Yeah, it's great. Will you be going to the DMAs Awards, the Delicious Magazines Awards in February?
No, we're not.
Okay.
No. No. But maybe we should be looking into that.
That's in Feb. That's next month.
Yeah.
February.
Okay.
I'm asking everybody
It's on
because
my
I'm going,
list.
and I just want to meet people.
It was on my list.
It was on the
I haven't
goal.
spoken to. We need to have a meeting. We're on a break.
Okay.
Yeah, we're on one of our 2 weeks break. We haven't spoken to each other for age for at least a week.
I just hope that if you can go, and I hope you can, just to see you there. That's what I was asking. That's what I was asking. Maybe one day we will have a podcast category in the awards. That would be
Do you
great.
know what?
Do you know what? I have been emailing all of the people.
Because Cake Masters, I remember a couple of years ago, I mentioned it. I emailed when you can like nominate, and they said, "Is there anything else?" And I put it to that.
Yeah.
And I remember I even mentioned to Molly Robbins, and Molly went, "I'll talk to him." I don't know whether she did or not.
Yeah, I've been emailing lots of people about
I
that.
think there should be. There's enough of us now that there should be a category.
There's at least 5.
Yes.
For the nomination.
Yeah.
There's enough of us to have a category, definitely.
Definitely. Yeah. Like Kelly this year, and our group is nominated for Online Cake Community, which is great. Nobody ever nominated the cake communities. And it's an important part of the cake world. So many of us communicate through these communities. So maybe next year I'll talk to Kelly. Kelly?
I think they should be.
You're
I think they
listening,
should
Kelly?
be.
We need a podcast category for the DMAs next year, please. Okay, so the traveling, what is it that you said? The French tour.
The French
that
tour
is coming up. Okay.
Are you going to have T-shirts with all the dates on the back?
I could do, couldn't I? No, an apron.
Yes. You've got to get merch.
That's perfect. Yeah, instead of a T-shirt, an apron with the dates.
Yeah.
Fans. There you go.
That's my nickname. That's what my friends called me, the apron.
Oh, is it? It's actually that's your main garment that they see you in. Yeah.
Where's the apron?
Yeah. And then you pass the whole day with the apron on. You sit down to dinner with your apron on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
forget. You forget.
Again, not just me. Good. Very good. Bronya, what about you? Did you mention what are your plans for the future? Yeah.
So my plans this year, I want to do more blogging. That's kind of my side
Okay.
of it is the blogging, the recipes, that kind of thing. I completely decimated our website just before Christmas intentionally.
Okay.
So we had a .co.uk domain, and I discovered that I couldn't grow it anymore because in America and I think they're
Yeah.
not recognized. Google won't bring up a .co.uk ahead of a .com.
Yeah.
So the end of last year, I changed our domain name and put a .com on the end. So I've decimated all of our traffic. Basically, it went down from something like 40,000 views a month to about 4,000 views a month. So that's my goal, is to get that back up.
To get that back.
And also just to intentionally build it with the podcast in mind now, not just, it's always been like these separate little entities that I do like a little bit of recipe doing and a little bit of podcasting, a little bit of cake making, to try and bring it all together a little bit better for me to work with. But yeah, mainly the blogging and to make better what I've done.
That's great. That's great. Because I mean, I think everything online in the cake world started with blogging.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And because of YouTube videos, the podcasts, whatever. I mean, all of these things, bloggings have been left behind, but we always go back to blogging. Or we always go back to the blogs. If I need information, I go back to the recipe on that blog.
Exactly. And if you need information, you will Google it. And what Google will bring up is someone's blog, whether it's information, whether it's a recipe.
Definitely.
It is somebody's blog that they're bringing up.
Yeah.
And, blogging definitely isn't dead. And
no, it's not.
Definitely isn't dead. And it gets you, on a local level, if you are a local cake maker, it will get you local business. I want to go a bit more global now. And that's
good. I like that.
Yeah, but I've destroyed it, and it's a bit like when you're cleaning your cupboards out and you pull everything out, and then you look at it and go, "What have I done?" And then you've got it all put it back. That's where I am with the blog right now. All the cupboards are out.
Okay. Well, let's share your new .com blog here on our website here on the podcast, so you can find it and you can get more.
Right.
More
it is daisycakeandco.com. We call the Daisy Cake Company. We've always been Daisy Cake Company, but by doing the Daisy Cake and Co, I wanted to bring everything together with the podcast, with Sammie's business, with my business. So it's daisycakeandco.com.
Okay, very good.
And it's got the blog, it's got recipes, it's got all sorts of bits and pieces.
Excellent. Oh, that's great. Where can people find the podcast? All platforms?
Yeah,
should be everywhere. We host on Podbean, so that's where you find us. But you'll find us on Spotify, Amazon, Google, all of them. If you go to the website daisycakeandco.com, click on podcast, and there's a podcast player on there as well. So you should be able to find us wherever.
Good.
The business of cake making.
Business of cake making. There you go. Don't forget to go and check it out. Great episodes over there. And I'm sure you're going to laugh. It's not, I mean, because it's a different dynamic when you have one person talking like me.
Yeah.
You have two friends having fun together. It's a different dynamic.
We didn't realise, we did 100th episode, and we people wrote in to us. What we didn't realise is the amount of people that say they laugh and that we're funny. We didn't realise this.
No.
But everyone kept saying, "Yeah, we really laugh with you," and it's like, okay. So yeah.
That was me. I was listening to the goal setting episode. I was walking my dog because it was cold, so I was wearing like a hat, and I had the AirPods
headphones.
on.
Yeah,
nobody knew that I had anything under there. This is like, oh, so funny. This happened to me too. And, that happens. That definitely happens. Sammie, you make cakes as well.
Yes, I do. I'm still making cakes. I'm still making wedding cakes, birthday cakes, celebration cakes. I'm doing wedding fairs. I've got lots coming up, and I'm working on some dummies at the moment, which I hate doing. because I have all these designs and I have all these ideas, and I just need to put them down on paper. Well, I've got to put them all down on paper, just
Okay.
actually do it. So that's what I'm up to at the moment.
Oh, that's good. And what do you prefer doing? Weddings, celebration? Is there a favorite?
I think I prefer carved cakes and weddings, definitely. But actually, I was thinking about this the other day. I actually think I prefer the podcast now.
Oh, see? There's somebody who has been
Controversial.
watching
Yeah.
the podcast. Yeah. Excellent. Bronya, you also do cakes as well, right?
I do. Yeah, I don't do many wedding cakes anymore. I think I'm all wedding caked out. I try not to do big cakes anymore. I love carved cakes. I love sculpted cakes. But I don't do a lot of weddings. I tend to do birthdays and things like that.
Yeah.
I love making wedding cakes. I don't like the fear of transporting them and setting them up and all that. And, I've got to a point in my career now that I think I don't need that in my life.
Yeah.
So if I could have the bride and groom come to my kitchen, I'd be very happy.
Take your cake. It's yours. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Don't phone me when you've knocked it over or anything. Just take it away.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I do make birthday cakes, celebration cakes. I pick and
Something
choose what I
exciting
make.
has happened to me recently. I'm just going to butt in there talking about you wish the bride and groom would come to the house. I've got a couple who are eloping and they've asked me for a tray of cupcakes.
Oh, that's so cute.
And they're
I
coming
love
to
it.
collect
Lovely.
them.
Oh. See, that's the dream wedding cake. Cupcakes collection. Done.
Perfect. It's perfect because that's my big fear too. My biggest fear. I stopped doing wedding cakes a long time ago. First because it was hard for me. It was hard for me to deal with brides. They can be a handful, and some of them. And it was for me, it was such a responsibility that I got so much stress out of it. It was too much for my nervous system. It's like,
Yeah.
And the other part was the delivery part. For me, was dreadful. And I was like, no, I'm staying with my birthday cakes, small birthday cakes. That I love.
And I think the thing is that you hear so many people sort of like saying, let's go for the wedding cake because it's the big hit, it's the big price, it's got the big ticket on it. But it also comes with the big stress and the big anxiety. And I think I've delivered hundreds of wedding cakes in my career, and I'm just done. Yeah. I don't need to be doing them anymore. I don't need that stress in my life. So cute little birthday cakes. I'm quite happy.
Yeah,
things that don't fall over.
Yeah, that's it. Very good. You talk about what you are. What your plans are for the future with the things that you already have, the podcast, and anything different that you would like to try or to do in the future that doesn't have to do with what you're doing right now.
See, I never say never. I'm one of these people that like change. I drive my husband mad because I'll dabble. I'll like give something a go, and some things stick and some things don't. At the moment, I'm quite chilled with what I think. I just want to grow what we've got now.
Okay.
That's kind of where we need to. In my head, that's where I need to be. Come back in 6 months' time, it could be completely different.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I'm kind of on your page as well, Bronya. I think we just need to grow what we've got and make it even better.
Yeah. So I sent Sammie a message today that we are 200 downloads off of 50,000 downloads.
Wow.
And when I looked at the stats, last year was over half of those downloads. So we've grown to the point that last year was our biggest, our biggest year. And I want to continue that. We kind of, on a roll now, and I want to continue that. So,
it's going to happen. It's going to happen for sure. It is exponential. Once it starts growing, it's going to keep growing. It's going to keep
exactly. So, I mean, within a day, we will be at 50,000 downloads. And I'm really excited about that.
That's good. That's just celebrate.
I think that there's a lot of podcasts out there that are at sort of like 150 downloads per episode. But then I think, we're just two women chatting about cake, mates, you know.
Yeah.
And the thing is with a podcast is it's not something that you're just scrolling on by. You actually have to physically go and find it and listen to it.
Yeah.
And that's when it counts as a download. So it's not something that just happens to be on the telly or happens to be on the internet. You've got to go and find it. So yeah, I think 50,000 people have downloaded it, and it's like, scary.
Oh, that's awesome. I haven't got there yet. But for me, every time I look at the stats and I just see more people listening and more downloads and more followers, like I'm just amazed that somebody would listen to me. I don't think even my husband listens to me that much.
Don't be amazed. I mean, we are every day, but don't be amazed.
Yeah, it's great. Sammie, what about you? Anything new? Like you said, no, you said that you also want to grow. To keep growing.
Yeah, I think so. I've been emailing people and putting myself out there for the podcast.
That's
so
great.
For me, that is my new thing. And not going to Bronya, do you think this letter's all right? I've just done it. I've written it and sent it, or emailed it, not written it.
Oh, that's good. That's good. See, Bronya, see what you created here? That's great.
I know. I know.
And that's what practice and just putting yourself out there and doing it every day or every week or whenever you do it.
It's just getting comfortable in your own skin with doing it.
Yeah. And luckily, I'm lucky to have Bronya that I can fall back on, because
that's great.
But I'm lucky to have you too. I always say the podcast wouldn't be anything without Sammie.
Oh, that's
well, it wouldn't be anything without you.
So there you go. We are the team.
Oh my God, this is lovely. Now I want to.
It's a bit sickening, really, isn't it?
Oh, that's great. That's great, guys. And it shows. It shows on your episodes. It shows on your
Thank you.
The way you transmit it. I love to hear, like you said, Sammie, when people put themselves out there and they change that mindset and it's like, yes, I can do it, and they get comfortable doing, because I mean, at the end of the day, that's what gives you results. If you're just doing the same
so
over and over,
much.
it's not going to happen. So,
and what's the worst that's going to happen?
Yeah,
seriously, what's the worst that will happen?
It's just cake.
It's just cake.
I keep saying that. I say that to myself so many times.
Yeah, it's just a podcast. It's just cake.
Yeah. If they don't like it, they will stop and just listen to it.
Yeah.
We'll do better next time. So yeah, definitely. Girls, it's been such a pleasure to have you both here.
Thank you.
I hope I didn't leave anything out. You would talk about your cake business. We talk about the book. I will be leaving all the links to all the things we mentioned here in the description of the podcast, so my listeners can go and check out your website, so we can get more traffic in there, and your podcast, so you can get to those 200. What is 200 more?
200.
Just about 200, yeah.
200. Okay, come on. Yeah. We need to help.
Come on, get us there.
200. There you go. And one last question that I ask all of my guests before they leave is, if you could bake a cake for anyone, dead or alive, famous or not, anyone, who would that be, and what would that cake look like?
I thought of 3 people. They'd have a party.
Hey, there you go.
Henry VIII,
yes,
Queen Elizabeth I, and Marie Antoinette.
Oh
my God, what a party it's going to be.
You'll go straight in at the top. Wow.
Tell me.
But they're just, I love Marie Antoinette, and I'm really into history, and I'm really into the Tudor times, and they were just I've read so much about all 3 of them. Yeah. They were the first 3. I was like, yes, them.
Make a cake for them. And
I want to be at that party.
Look like?
Oh, it'd have to be huge and pink and frilly, and with some axes for the head chopping off.
Yeah. Let's just include a little detail in there.
Yeah.
Love it.
Oh, great. I want to see that. Well, that's an idea for Cake International.
Yes.
Is there a horror section next year?
I don't know. I think they're not putting the horror section this year, but if there is, you can do that. You can do that.
Yeah.
Oh, love it, love it. I want to go to that party. Bronya, what about you?
I would actually, I'm going to be a bit closer to home. I would actually say my nan, who is my mum's mum,
Okay.
because I was quite young when she passed away.
Mhm.
So, but I was only 7, but she was one of these women that she knitted and she sewed and she baked and she did all of that. And so I would just like to sort of go, this is a cake that I've made that you can try now for you.
How lovely.
Yeah, because she never saw us grow up, so it'd just be nice to be able to share that with her, that because it's kind of a legacy from her that I even started baking at all as a you bake with your mum, you bake with your nan. So probably something like that. So this is what I can do now.
Your mum bakes loads, doesn't she? And she does breads and stuff like that.
My mum used to bake for us at the shop. So our fruit cakes, because a fruit cake, you have your oven tied up for hours and hours. So she would bake our fruit cakes in her kitchen at home and bring them in, and she obviously learnt from her mum. So I would like to do that for my nan.
And what would that cake be like?
It would just be a classic Victoria sandwich.
There you go.
Can't be a well-made classic.
Oh, love it. Love it. Oh, love it. Very good. Great, girls. This is lovely. It's really been a lovely time to have you both here. Next time, because there's going to be a next time, one day, I would love to talk to you about your social media, because I know you're trying to grow it too. And there will be a time in the podcast where we're going to talk about social media. It's the never-ending story, is it?
Yeah,
it's social media, but not today.
It's the necessary evil.
It is.
Do you know what? I've discovered this last long month, I really like researching social media and downloading this thing from one person and this thing from another and something from them. I just don't like posting.
Okay, there you go. But as long as you're okay with that, I mean, it's good.
It's the necessary evil, I'm afraid, isn't it? The social media.
It's funny in the groups, and every time I ask the audience what's their biggest struggles, is either pricing or social media.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah,
that's it. So
we hear you.
Yeah, definitely. It's another job in itself.
And very much so.
But that will be for another episode.
Yeah,
I look forward to it. You guys back here. Maybe this year, maybe later. I don't know, but I want to have you back here, definitely. Thank you so much for being here today. Thank you for saying yes.
Thank you for
inviting us.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us. It's been great.
How do you feel in the other side of the microphone?
Weird.
Yeah. I kept thinking of questions to ask you, and I was like, no, I can't ask that.
You could. I think it was with you that I told. I said, you could ask me anything if you want to. But then your answer is like, no, I'm not going to ask. I'm the guest.
It's a very strange, and also not checking all the recordings and everything. I'm just sat here chatting. It's very strange.
Yeah,
but it's good. It's a good strange.
It's a good strange. Great.
Yes.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, girls, for being here today once again. Thank you to everyone who's listening today. I will be leaving, like I said, all the links so you can find Sammie and Bronya online and all her wonderful endeavors that they have, the podcast, the book, their cakes, their upcoming events. I mean, everything is coming up, and you can be in contact with everything that they do. So with this, I say goodbye to Bronya, to Sammie. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
And I say goodbye to all of you, my sweet friends. Like I always said, goodbye. Stay safe and stay creative. I'll see you next time.
Bye.